Well, here we are again. Welcome back. This little clip, course correction part two, as I mentioned last time, uh, based on some feedback, I thought that maybe we'd take the opportunity to shift the way that we do things a little bit. And so I want to kind of flesh that out a little bit. Um, and this is a good week to do it. And I'll tell you why. The first 3 week content weeks, not the Dream Week or the Patronus Week, but the 3 weeks of Scripture, Tradition, and Reason, those were really the last 3 weeks that we've been working on. And that's one Anglican tripod. Then there's another tripod having to do with ministry that I think about, and you've probably heard this characterization as well, and that's that as clergy or as ministers, we are called to act as prophet, priest, and pastor. And so we'll move into those the last 3 sections of the 7 canonical areas. Social justice, clearly a prophetic role, and then liturgy is a priestly role, perhaps, and a pastoral role. But then the theory and practice of ministry, again, pastoral role. So the week that we're in right now, this week on ethics, is I'm going to see sort of as a fulcrum week. We've got the content down theoretically, the theology and the history and scripture. And so how do we use that in confronting issues as they arise, and the theoretical way of doing that. So this week will be a fulcrum between that first tripod and then the second tripod. So that's kind of how I'm viewing this. So let me tell you a little bit about how I'm going to shift the structure. I'm not certainly not going to dispense with Patronus, nor with the overall way of thinking about dreams. I'm just going to move the 2 pieces that we've been doing, shift them back to front. So instead of having the discussion first followed by the written assignment, we're going to do it the other way around. And with additional time for the written assignment, and therefore compressed time for the discussion. And so that means that the opening lecture, if you will, the first piece, may be a little longer, because not only do I need to sort of introduce the topic, this time it will be theology and ethics, Christian ethics, or moral theology. But then we'll also have to provide a context for the written assignment. So there may be a little bit more to watch before you put fingers to keyboard or pen to paper, however you start thinking through these things. And so the assignment will show up, and as soon as I can get it up, it will be available, but it will not be due until Wednesday instead of Tuesday. But that will give you a shorter window, the Thursday and Friday, to get the discussion in. And I remind you that the discussion, you don't have to comment on every piece. That'll be, I think, even more clear once I give you the assignment. You need to get your piece into the discussion, your own original contribution. And then as the discussion unfolds, you may be engaged with 1 or 2 other folks. You don't need to jump into every piece to satisfy the requirements. And so that, you can suck back a little bit about that level of involvement, and that will be fine. You don't need to spend all day just doing discussion. So with that said, I'm going to click this one off, and we'll move into questions of ethics.